Hello and welcome to this afternoon taste challenge. Could be evening time for you. We have two blended Irish whiskeys, triple distilled, no age statement. One is very well known, prominent. I bought it at Walmart. It was half price, $13, normally $26. I don't know why they dropped it to 13 for that week, but I bought it. Tullamore D.E.W, Daniel E. Williams Irish whiskey. Established in the heart of Ireland. Yes, it is. The distillery is like right in the middle of Ireland. Blue Ice says, cheers, bros. Well, it's just one bro here, but thanks for watching from over there in Georgia. All right, now this is a pretty bottle. And like I say, I got it for $13. I was so delighted. Triple distilled, pot stilled malt and grain whiskeys. They use wheat, unmalted. Okay, so wheat, that's the grain whiskey, wheat. Then they use malted barley, single malt barley, and then unmalted pot still whiskey. Okay, so but they only use two grains, barley and wheat. There's no rye, no corn. There's just those two things. BC's Beer Reviews. Cheers, everybody. BC's Beer Reviews. Whether it's bottle or can, he's going to do the review, y'all. And he's from Michigan. So we got Georgia, Michigan, and all assorted places watching. Here's a very rare thing. And I bought this at Walmart, and it cost me $19.99. And then 2 weeks later, they had it for... 2 weeks later, they have it for $9. I said, man, I could have saved $9. I could have saved $10.99, but I didn't know. There's some signature here, and it's saying Douhans, and it's so small. Produced and bottled in Ireland. Okay. Crafted and imported, and it's got a signature of somebody. Blended Irish whiskey, product of Ireland, triple distilled. Now in the background, they're showing a crown and this royal cape and like some kind of royal thing. And I don't know what that's about because Ireland, the Irish Republic, cut all their remaining ties to the British Crown in 1949. All right, so they had nothing to do with the British royal family and their government since 1949. So I don't know, maybe they thought that looked fancy or whatever, but that's kind of like looked upon very negatively to use like the British Crown with Ireland. Now, you say, well, what about Northern Ireland? That's still a British territory today. Yeah, well, I'm not talking about Northern Ireland. This says from Ireland, meaning the Irish Republic. Oh, well, a fine display of traditional Irish craft and a truly fantastic whiskey that you never heard of. I added that part. It's a pretty bottle, though. I got to give it credit. But I don't think they sold too many, and I think Walmart got tired of looking at it, and they were like, just sell them for $9. Get it off the shelf. And they had this Grand Duck scotch, blended scotch in those boxes, pretty boxes. And I never bought it. It was the same price, $19.99. And then those were all gone. And I didn't hit that sales price. But I think it was from the same company. And I think Rebel Spirits is out of business. That was the importer. And I don't even think I think this is out of production. Okay, so if you see it, I don't think it's made anymore. Okay, Blue Ice says, I don't have any whiskeys. I'm sipping on a measly Warsteiner pills. Well, I like Warsteiner. I don't love it necessarily, but I like it. TDEW. There you go. Tullamore D.E.W. And then this to be the other whiskey. All right. So let's check them out. It's going to be a blind taste test. Product of Ireland. All right. So nice metal cap. Goes fancy stuff on it. Like I said, I could have saved $10.99, but the damage is done. How do you know something's going to go on sale? I don't have inside information with Walmart. Not yet. Maybe I can infiltrate there. All right. Now, I need some insiders. Lee Schrader says, "Hey, Ron, I hope you're having a great day." It was, I don't know about a great day. I worked for over 8 hours. And okay, so this is nice looking, squared off bottle, thin. Kind of like MD 2020, Logan David 2020. But that's $3.99 for $7.50. I wanted to come home and work in the yard, edging the sidewalk and driveway, and then edging the grass by the fence and all. But it rained so much, and then it stayed overcast, and the water never dried. So I said, "Oh man, I'm gonna have to do the whiskey taste challenge today instead of tomorrow." So I was gonna do Tuesday. I was gonna do for Wednesday. Right. So Tuesday morning I was gonna do it for Tuesday. Dawn Busters, the Dawn Busters. And then Tuesday in the late morning I was gonna do for Wednesday. But I said I need to be in the yard because I don't want to be worrying about rain. What if the rain comes back? So that's why we're doing Monday for Wednesday. Okay, you understand. All right. But beyond that, it was a good day. It's just that one little irritating thing. And then I had a snack I saved at work, like the stuff that a viewer sent me. And I had a little bit of it left. It was this star-kissed tomato and basil. You say, "Oh, that's just a plastic bag or whatever, a bag of tuna with." Yeah, but it was pretty interesting. I had just enough left. I said, "I'm going to take this knife and I'm going to put it on 5 crackers, and that's going to be my snack." And I put it in this cooler. And then I asked this other guy at work, I said, "Hey, did you see some Star-Kiss stuff in a bag?" "Yeah, I threw it out. It was open and I threw it out." I said, "That was mine. I was about to get it." So when you have something in your mouth, like the taste in your mouth, like you're going to finish it, you say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to eat that. That's going to be good." So then I didn't know I said, "What am I eating now?" So I got pork rinds, cracklings. They were all right. Bonneville's. Now the Douhans is light. This is like yellow gold, I guess. And this one is more amber. The Tullamore D.E.W is more amber. So if you read their website, it's like a triplicate thing. 3 types of grains, but really it's 2 types of grains presented 3 ways. But whatever, I don't argue with them. And then it's distilled 3 ways, and then they age it in 3 types of barrels, including sherry barrels. I love Tullamore D.E.W, says Jonathan Doe. Very light compared to a bourbon, that's for sure. And in my opinion, it's better than the overrated Jameson. Oh, that's shots fired. I've only tried Jameson once in my whole life. No, I'm not joking. But I liked it. But I mean, one little sample, it's hard to base things on that. But I was pleased. I was pleased with it. Now, and then I tried the Jameson Stout Barrel, that one, the black label, and then the IPA one. But it's like faded memory, like 5 years ago. So I liked them all. I did. But I need to buy each of these in their own big, nice bottle. This little sample bottle business, I just don't go for that. I want to buy proper bottles, which is $7.50 at least, or a liter and whatnot. And so then you can sip on them and think on them and drink on them and really evaluate them. My opinion today, my prediction today is that the Tullamore is going to win. It's got a spicier flavor, a bolder flavor, a more developed flavor. It's a price difference of $7. But in my case, I actually paid more for the Douhans than the Tullamore do, because I didn't expect Walmart to have Tullamore D.E.W for $13. Miscellaneous Brew Review says, "I'm going to let you know now, Ron. I did not mean to post that music video in your beer talk hangout. My apologies. Sorry about that. Well, that's all right. I figured it was just like something frivolous, but I didn't watch it. I just said, "What is this?" And then later you talked about it, and I said, "Oh, that was just a mistake." So I really wasn't worried about it. I mean, it was it was no big deal. But thank you, no big deal. It was fine. These I've done that before. Post the wrong thing in the wrong place, and then on that Google Hangout, you can't delete it. It's like Facebook Messenger. Like you make a comment, you can't edit it. Like you make some bad grammatical error that makes you look like you're uneducated. So then you delete it and you retype it, and somebody says, "Why are you deleting? You trying to hide something?" I say, "Yeah, I'm trying to hide my grammatical mistake because it's making me look like I'm ignorant." But if they let you edit the comment, it would resolve the issue. But anyway, I don't control these social media platforms. All right, here we go. I wish I did. Man, if I controlled those platforms, there'd be a lot more freedom on them. It's true. Tullamore D.E.W is a good one. Yeah, it is my experience so far, which is very limited. We got Duvel 8.5. That's why I didn't want to do it today. I don't want to do two whiskeys. And then I got this Duvel 8.5 at 7 or 8 Eastern. And I'm going to be up there talking about, "Hey guys, how y'all doing? Howdy. Oh, yeah, man." And then people are like, "What's wrong with him? Has he been drinking?" No, I've been taste challenging. Don't you know that? It smells sugary sweet. Like you can taste the smell because if you smell with your mouth open, you can taste the fumes on your tongue. So you can like literally taste the smell. Try it with whiskey one time or brandy. Like breathe it in, but keep your tongue like, and you can taste the fumes on your tongue. It's weird. You can taste the smell. So many fantastic colors. A whiskey wonderland. That's rich like wood. It's rich like cereal grain. It's rich like richness. It's like Buddy Rich. It's like Rich Little. It's like Richie Rich. It's like Richie Cunningham. It's all of those things. It's like Richard Sims. It's like Richard Nixon trying to make peace in the world. All right, let's go with the taste. It's like Richard Starkey. All right. Who was in an octopus's garden? Um, I don't know. That has a little bite to it. I gotta now look at these because I'm gonna give it away. I don't want to cheat. I know the lighter one is the Douhans. It's got kind of like a little bite, like a little, like it's not so smooth or something. The body is light though. It's not a whole lot of flavor. It's just like bite from the grain alcohol. Alcohol. All right. Well, so I think it's the Douhans. Let's go with this one. Over. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be so sweaty tomorrow. Cutting that grass. But I don't mind. I don't mind the heat. Like if it's bright, sunny, and it's 93, I'll cut it at 10:30 when in the middle of the day. I just want it to be dry. I don't like cutting wet grass. Or I mean, I'll be sweating in the lawnmower and all. Be It'll be hard on the mower and everything. It's harder when the grass is wet though. But when I finish, I'm like, yeah, it's done. And it looks nice. Won't last. I mean, it looked nice for one day. Next day, it'll be sprouting up. The old FBI director, J. Edgar Hoover, he got rid of all his grass in his yard. He was like, I don't like grass. You got to cut it. And he had this artificial grass put down, like artificial turf put down in his front and backyard. He was eccentric. He lived in Washington, D.C. And then his neighborhood like turned kind of bad, but he kind of more like lower income crime stuff. But he never moved. He was just like, this is where I've been living since 1895. I think it was his parents' house. He grew up there. So he just stayed. And then he died there when he was 77. Yeah, so he was born in 1895. All right, so I'm not going to make an artificial turf yard. I'll just cut the grass. The grass here grows thick like carpet anyway. With no fertilizer. They have that alluvial soil that comes from the Mississippi River, the best soil in the world. It's real fine sand. It's like sand. If you go to the Mississippi River, in a lot of these areas around here, it's sandy. It's like a beach. Like the beach. It's sand. You say you mean like sand dunes at the ocean. Well, I don't mean like sand dunes, but it's sandy. Like you could take pails of sand, like kids do and make a sand castle. And then it got deposited here where I live, and then the grass just grows like mad. It's just green. People always say, your grass is so green. What kind of fertilizer do you use? I say the Mississippi River. All right. Now, over time, it will get nutrient. You know what I mean? It loses nutrients, I suppose. But it used to flood every year, but they built the levee, which is a big mistake. Big mistake. Okay, man, this has got to be, you say, I'm a woman. I'm listening and I'm a woman. Don't call me man. Okay, woman. This stuff, it's got to be the Douhans because it's got a much richer flavor. It's rich. I don't know about creamy. It's rich. It is kind of creamy, like cream of wheat. And the grain whiskey is wheat. The grain whiskey is wheat. Oh, I get it. Tullamore D.E.W is like cream of wheat. I know it's off topic, but did you know Terry K from Beer Google's reviews died? Says Fungal, what the foolishness? Yeah, I heard that. Oh, sorry about that. I knew he quit doing beer reviews. He was sick with diabetes. Hey, I might be the next one that y'all punching a ticket on. I hope not. After I bought all these whiskeys and rums and brandies and I got them on the shelf, you say, well, you could give them to somebody after you died. They would inherit it. Believe me, I'm telling you right now, the people that would inherit it would not drink it. That's why I want to live a long time. You say, that's why you want to live a long time? So that you could drink all these liquors that you bought? Well, that's part of the reason. I don't want to waste them. I didn't buy them to waste. I got eyes, Frank. I see things. He was a good man, I meant. He was nice to me, I guess. Good. I hope I'm not. I mean, I guess he was nice. He seemed nice. I don't really know him. We were Facebook friends for a while. I didn't unfriend him. Okay, Rita must be a nasty old heavy girl. What? Are you all right? Okay, I'll drink them for you, Ryan. You can have them, BC. If I die, You can have, but then people are going to say, you're making that up. He told you that on a hangout. I don't believe you. Go find the video. See, the video will still be posted. See, if my inheritor doesn't want them, you can have them, but don't waste them. Just bear me with my bottle, says Jonathan Doe. All right. So if the person that inherited don't want it, BC, you can have it. And the video is here. So see, you can watch it. Say, there's my proof. I don't know if that'll hold up in court, but to me, it would be. It's like a living, not a living will, but you know what I mean? It's like a will, I'm telling you. But I hope that doesn't happen. I hope, you know what I mean? I did a screenshot. See, now he's not joking. I'm not joking either. I mean, he could have it. I won't need it. But that's the greatest inheritance ever, says Fungool. Well, I don't know. With some of the ones you get, you might think it's the worst inheritance ever. I can't believe Molson Coors says pull Keystone Ice, says Create Tonks. It sure disgusts me. I was very discouraged by that. But I'll just have to carry on. Like John Lennon said in 1970, after the Beatles broke up, he said, dear friends, you'll just have to carry on. The dream is over. That was in a song on an album I have. I have the album. He said, dear friends, you'll just have to carry on. The dream is over. Because like some people were like, how am I going to go on? The Beatles broke up. What am I going to do? He was like, well, just, they got a lot of other bands. That was his attitude. They got a lot of other bands. And that's what he said. I don't believe in Elvis. And then I don't believe in Beatles. That was how he ended the song. I don't believe in Elvis. I don't believe in Beatles. All right. I hope you stay around for a long time. I agree with you. I do too. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. I heard somebody I used to know used to say that all the time. You know what I mean, Jelly bean? Actually, he was a salesman for Miller Coors. I wonder whatever happened to him. I think he's the one that arranged for me to get that Miller Fortune, the first video review for that in the world. And I got the Miller people came put it in my pocket. Like literally, they came and handed me. It was a pre-production can bottle. But I made the video that very day. Remember what I said? I think this might turn out to be Miller's misfortune. And I was right. All right. I'll never forget that day. That store manager said, just take it, don't say a word, and walk out. That's what he said. Just get your stuff and walk out. So I had the bottle in my coat jacket and I just left. Then I went home and immediately put it in the freezer so I could do the review, get it cold. I hope you, Tullamore D.E.W versus Bushmills. Guess what's coming tomorrow morning at Dawnbusters? I can't wait for that. That's going to be exciting. This one's not really too exciting. Good afternoon, says Zach. I will pick up some Keystone Ice at our Dollar General on sale this week, $15 for $7.99. Unfortunately, they don't sell it at our Dollar General. You know what they sell at our Dollar General? Natural ice. Oh, for shizzle. All right. Man, look, I don't hate, I mean, woman, if you're a lady, I don't hate Douhans. I'm not drinking this thinking I hate it, but I ain't drinking it thinking I love it either. John Corley, hang in there, Ron. It's a great life if you don't weaken it. I'm not weakening it. I ate pork rinds this morning. What do you think? What's more healthier than pork fat on skin, fried in grease? I hope you're around for a long time. Love your review, says Zach. And Fungal says, ha 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 for shizzle. Ron, you have seen the Four Loko Sour Berry 14%, says Hector. No. And I hope I never see it, because you know what's going to happen if I do. Every day I do. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to have to do the review. They got a new berry? Oh, why'd you tell me that? Why'd you got to tell me that? Because now you know what I'm going to be, you know what website I'm about to be looking up. All right, pork rinds, the breakfast of champions. I know, I agree. I only felt sick to my stomach for about an hour. Okay. Enough's enough. Been my boss. All right. Grain. Get out of my face. All right. Now let's look at this one. Velvety smooth. Sugary sweet. It's like bread dough and bread crust and all the delightful Irish things that you love when you go to Ireland, even though I've never been to Ireland. But I know where it is because I looked at a map. And some of my relatives were from Ireland. And so on and so forth. So this is the Tullamore D.E.W, and I'm unanimous in that. Love the Tragically Hip reference. I didn't even know I made a reference to them, but I'm glad you picked it up. I didn't even pick it up. I'm dropping references I don't even get. That's scary. That's scary when you're dropping references that you don't even get. Who killed the president? Even the shooters don't know who did it. Even the shooters don't know who did it. All right, now. All I wanted to do was be a Catholic priest. But I had this one. Okay, now, so that's it. Tullamore D.E.W. You're crazier than your mama. If you lie to me like you're lying, if you lie in court like you lying to me here, Dean, I'm gonna charge you with perjury. Okay. All right, I think I got the right ta-ta, but perhaps the wrong po-po. Ah, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. From the first second I smelled it, I knew that's Tullamore. That's Tullamore. Don't play with me. I just knew it. I'm not bragging on myself. I'm bragging on the whiskey, not me. This is not a like some bragging rights for me. I can't go around saying, yeah, I got it right. No, it's the fact that the Tullamore D.E.W is so much better than the Douhans. Is it way better? Oh, it's way better. Believe me, it's way better. It's so like savory. It's like, oh, you just want to wrap yourself up in a sheet and lay on the floor all night and just sip on it, and just you're doing John Ford and you'd be like Walter Kurtz in Cambodia. The man's gone. The man's he reads poetry out loud in a voice. He likes you because you're still alive. He's got plans for you. What are they going to say about it when he's gone? Are they going to say he was a wise man? He was a kind man. He had plans. He had wisdom. You know, it's that kind of thing. So you can't go out in space. You can't travel out in space, you know, with fractions. All right. So no, it was John Corley that made the reference. Oh, him. Okay. Yeah, I missed the boat on that. Sorry, I missed the boat a lot of times. I'm dense. You say, but you're dense on purpose. I'm not always dense on purpose. I'm not always intentionally obtuse. I'm not always intentionally obtuse, you know. Sometimes I don't get it. It's not all an act. It is not all an act. not all an act. All right, anyway. Maybe I was a little too harsh on Douhans. I'm like Colonel Kurtz, you know, sometimes I go too far, but I'll be the first one to admit it. It's kind of harsh, it's kind of bitey, but it has its own little idiosyncratic quaintness, like niceness to it. I don't mean I would run out there and buy it. I bought it for $19.99. I'm sorry, $19.95. I would buy it again in theory. I wouldn't buy it again in reality because I have so many other Irish whiskeys to do. The Powers Booth. You know what I mean? The Easy Andy, the Sport, the Iris, the Wizard. You know, I got all these other Irish whiskeys to buy. Betsy. But I don't know, no Iris. But I would theoretically buy it again. I mean, yeah, I guess it's worth $19.99, but I wouldn't pay a penny more. I wouldn't go over $20. No way, no way, no way. But you'll never see it again anyway. Oh, well. I'll tell you what I'm not going to ever buy. I am not going to waste time buying all these Total Wine and More store private label brands. I'm not doing it. I do not have time for this. Okay? I'm going to buy all these Irish whiskeys, the Sexton and everything. I'm gonna buy scotch and the rum and the brandy and all of these items, but I'm not gonna deal with Total Wine and More private label. You can always tell they're private label because they look so fake, you know, like Red Ensign or Ensign Red Canadian whiskey. I'm like, man, I never heard of this in my life. I said, I know that's Total Wines, and you know it's all made by Sazerac. But I'm not disparaging. If you want to go and deal with that, if you want to ride in that current and do a bunch of private label, you'll get views. I mean, there'll be people out there watching it. I've done enough Trader Joe's private label beers, so I can't say too much, but I don't think that's what viewers want to see. It's certainly not what I want to see. I want to get like actual brands, you know. I want to get Crown Royal Reserve. I want to go up the ladder. I want to get Buchanan's 18-year age. I want to get Johnny Walker Black. I want to get Johnny Walker Double Black. You know, I can't say I'm tired of dealing with the entry level, but it gets to a point where you got to. I mean, you don't have to, but I want to climb. You know, it's like I want to try all these. I tried the Johnny Walker Blue. You say, well, that cost you $226 plus tax, $226 plus tax. It did, and it totally destroyed every other blended Scotch whiskey I ever tried. I did blind taste tests with all of them, and it just wiped them out. But that's really what I want to do. But there's so many brands. It's like you can't ever start moving up because you keep going horizontal. You know, it's like you can't go up because you're going out. It's like, well, okay, I got all these blended Scotch. Oh, you got to do Valentine. What about Pinch? The Hay Club Pinch. Well, what about I mean, you know, there's so many. What about so then you never get anywhere, and then the Scotch. Well, or the Irish whiskey. What about this? What about that? What about this? What about and the bourbon? Well, I got so many bourbons backstocked. I mean, I'll never get up the ladder on bourbon because I can't get off the bottom rung. I keep running across these deals, and they're good. I mean, well, they're interesting. All right, and good. All right. So anyway, enough said. We've gone on too long. Is Douhans a okay Irish whiskey? Yeah, it's okay. It's like marginally good. I mean, it does fall within the B range. It's not a C. It's in the B range. However you want to place it. I wouldn't go to A. But yeah, I don't regret it. I like the little kind of tactile feel. It feels like old cloth, like some old, like cloth, that cotton cloth, linen, yeah, type thing. So it's very nice, but it cannot hold a candle to Tullamore D.E.W. So yeah, the Tullamore whips it. You got whipped, you got beat. So now you say, oh, that was the easy one. What's going to happen tomorrow with Bushmills? You got the white label, the original, you got the black label, and you got the red bush. Well, it was a landslide. Tullamore D.E.W. and a landslide. Yeah, it was a wipeout. Really. I think that's going to be a tougher deal. But here's my prediction. All right. I think the Tullamore is going to battle against the Bushmills. So we got British Ireland versus Republican Ireland. I don't mean the Republican Party of the United States. Some people are thinking that. Talking about they were a republic with their own president. I still think Tullamore is going to win. Then we got the Black Bush. Nah, I don't think Tullamore is going to beat Black Bush. I can't see that happening. That's 80% single malt whiskey. No, that ain't going to happen. Now, Red Bush, that's a very interesting product. Very interesting. And when I'll tell you the price I paid, you could be very angry and jealous. I know you're jealous, but my friend David kept going back and buying more bottles. I said, you told me that you didn't think the Red Bush was that good. He said, yeah, but for that price, it's good. I said, okay. I'm a little bit concerned about that Red Bush versus Tullamore D.E.W, but I do think Tullamore D.E.W is going to win. I think it's going to win, but it's going to be tough. 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 You say the D.E.W won't lose any matchups? That's a bold statement, but we're going to find out Tuesday and then Wednesday, Thursday morning, and then Thursday afternoon. Okay, Thursday. Redbreast. I don't know anything about that. Redbreast 12. Don't know nothing about it. Well, I have even more shocking news. Once I'm finished with the Irish whiskey, I got the Glenlivet 12, versus all my other single malts. And that's going to be a battle. I mean, a real battle. So if you want to watch a big battle, get ready. Hey, Rocket, some says is COVID vaccine superstition. Oh, they're talking to each other. It blows Jameson away. Well, I mean, I don't have a bottle of Jameson. That's my next one. So I don't, I haven't sat down and metaphysically thought about Jameson blended Irish whiskey. I would have to do that. Okay, so that's a project coming up probably next year, but the Glenlivet 12 is good stuff. You got that right. Bob was loving that. The other night I was on the computer, and I was like, man, I want to drink some more of it. But I was like, no, I can't do it. I can't. I got to save it for the taste challenges. But I was tempted, yeah. All right, thanks for watching this video production. Y'all take care now. You hear? I only do Jameson for Irish car bombs. I think Jameson's going to be very controversial. They got Jameson haters and they got Jameson lovers. I used to love Father Pat. He was the priest at our parish church for 6 years. And he is from Ireland, Father Pat. And he's like, I drink Jameson. And he wasn't militant about it or anything. But when we had the Knights of Columbus meetings, they had a bottle and it said for Father Pat only. And it was Jameson. And he would drink it every time. He'd come in there, get his seltzer water or whatever he was, pour the Jameson. And I say, Father Pat, you like that Jameson, huh? He said, oh, yeah, that's a good whiskey. It's a good whiskey. It's high quality, I drank it since I was young, So he thinks it's great. Hello, I started following you today, says Hockey Fan. Well, hello to you, and I appreciate you watching. Proper 12 is also good. It's on my to-buy list. I'm not joking. Ronnie, stay for a while. No, I can't. I got to go join Multi Monday. And y'all got to wish me well because I drink these two, and then I got to do an 8.5% beer. Oh, that's gonna be sloppy. Pappy Van Winkle, $100 a shot. Ha ha ha. No thanks. I tried Pappy Van Winkle, 18-year aged. You know, I only had that much. It was pretty dang good though. All right, thanks everybody. I have that on video too. That video still exists. It's called Drunk on Demand. That's the video. Drunk on Demand. Thanks for watching, everybody.